Hello, everyone. It's Tamara Bennett with Southern Adornments Decor. I'm here with my event planner, Miss Joanie. A lot of you guys met her at the Southern Adornments live show last week. And if you remember, we all got easy bow makers in our swag bags from Damon Oates from Deco Exchange. And so Miss Joanie is a event planner by day, but she's retired. And so now in her fun time, she makes wreaths and things. And so she has often teased me in a loving way about how my bows need some improvement. So we thought it would be fun to come on live with Miss Joanie and have her kind of teach me live how to make a bow so that she could kind of like, I don't know, it's like just show me how and you guys could learn how. Y'all come in and say hello because even though I'm talking to Miss Joanie, I'm also talking to you guys. I can see your comments over here. Okay, so Miss Joanie, if you will, introduce yourself to us for just a second while I get all the things hooked up over here.
Hi there. I'm just trying to find the feed so that I can see what's going on to make sure that you all are getting a good view. So you all got the easy bow and you got it in the box. And if you're going to do this along with us, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need to take your easy bow out of the box. There's going to be 5 pieces. So I'll wait just a second and let you all take
Oh, I forgot to grab a hammer. Is that bad? I could probably grab a meat tenderizer from the kitchen. Will that work?
That'll do.
I'll be right back.
So for those of you that were not at Wreath Makers Live 2019, when we did have time to take the easy bow out of the box, we didn't say ahead of time that we were going to all at the same time. While Stoney and Michelle were up on stage learning, they were going to demonstrate how to do the easy bow. Well, we didn't pause for everybody to get their easy bows together, and there was quite the racket.
All right, I got my meat tenderizer. I'm ready.
All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to find several pegs. There's a very long, thin peg that goes in the spool holder position.
Oh, okay.
And you put that in there, and then you take your meat tenderizer. I have this little scrap tool. Some of you will have anything that's around you, and you give it a really good whack.
Okay, ready?
One more.
Okay, that ain't going nowhere.
It's not going anywhere. So you do that. And then you repeat that process for the 2 pegs that look the same. And they're going to go into the top part of the B up here. I have the tips of mine colored because when I'm doing a live, then people can see the center of my demonstration. So I put those 2 in there and I pound them down. This little third one is to make some different types of bows on here. I don't use it, and quite honestly, I just put it in there today, and I've had my easy bow maker for almost 2 years.
I think I might have put the wrong one in this end because this one feels a little skinnier.
Okay.
So do I need to switch them?
I don't know if you're going to get it out, but you can give it a whirl.
I wiggled it. It came out. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. So I put it in the wrong hole, but I guess it'll work.
Okay.
Okay. It's kind of fun to tenderize this.
Exactly. And as you're using your easy bow maker, you will find that those 2 pegs that are close together, they will loosen up. So every once in a while, when you feel like they're separating too far, and I'll show you why that's important for you to have them close together, but you're just going to give them a good whack. So use it in a time that you need to get a little frustration out and just give it a good whack.
Okay, I think I've got mine together right. Does that look right?
Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so we really don't need this third one. We just need the spool holder and the 2. I'm going to point my camera down and talk while Tamara's doing her bow. So here are the only tools that you're going to need for the easy bow is chenille tist or pipe cleaners, however you choose to identify them. And I use these thicker zip ties. I feel like I use the zip ties more then I use the pipe cleaners because I feel like I can get a really, really secure tight with that.
Do I need to
And
run to the garage and get zip ties?
that's fine. That's fine. It's good. And
Okay.
then you're going to need whatever ribbon that you have. I, as a wreath maker, have hordes of ribbon. So we'll be doing a couple different things. But just as an example, I did one ahead of time. If you have a door hanger that's a ladybug, this little bow measures 9 inches wide and about 9 inches long. And it's got 3 different 2.5-inch ribbons on it.
That's
And it's
beautiful.
just a very simple bow.
How much ribbon did you think you used on the whole thing?
I use just parts of whatever ribbons I want to coordinate with my wreath. So
Okay.
the paint that you use in the door hanger, you can use any colors. I just happen to have a bunch of these because I have the ladybug wreath behind me, so I figured I'd just show you. So this is one small, very simple bow, and this is all 2.5-inch ribbon. And I'm going to show you the back. Basically, these are 6-inch tails. These are 4-inch loops. Each one is the same, and then it's gathered in the center with a pipe cleaner to attach it to your door hanger. So let's make one.
I gotta grab my scissors. I didn't put them in reach. Hold on just a second.
Right, okay, scissors, ribbon, either your zip ties and or your Chanel ties. Those are the things that you're gonna need.
Normally I would have them within reach, but I packed them all up and took them to Nashville with me. So
Exactly.
I ended up buying a new pair to keep in the craft room, and all the other ones are going to stay in my event planner stuff, event planning thing.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let me see if I have my, okay. I was just making sure it's, you need to go away. I'm talking to my dog. She's right there. She normally doesn't come in here, but when she thinks she needs something, then she comes. Go on, go now. Okay, so we're gonna start with some yellow polka dot 2.5-inch ribbon. And we're gonna put that on our ribbon spool. And I pull a great deal out. And then I fold my ribbon in half. And I cut from the center of the ribbon up to the wire. And that's how I make my dovetail. Some folks love the dovetail. Some folks like to angle it, so it just has a different look. Either way is okay. Now, you're going to take and measure, there's inches on the easy bow. That's what makes it so easy. So from the pegs to the outside 8-inch, that's going to be an 8-inch tail. And then you're going to pinch it and put it in between the 2 pegs. Then you're going to twist.
Does it need to be pattern side up or down, or does that matter?
The pattern side up on the tail.
Okay.
Okay, so now in order to make your loop, you're going to take your ribbon. I'll do it this way. You're going to take a ribbon, twist it so that the ugly side is up. And then you're going to make a loop. And I take my hand and I put it inside the loop and I measure. I'm going to make a little 6-inch bow. So I'm going right by the 6 inches. And then I push the rest of my ribbon down into the center. You need to go. 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 And then I twist again. And I make this side 6 inches.
How do you keep your ribbon from being all tangled up? I feel like I got a mess coming across here.
It's practice.
Obviously, it's kind of like with painting. I guess you get better at this and the.
At first you feel like you're all thumbs, but here's the thing. If you look down at your bow while you're making it, it makes sense.
Okay.
So there we have just a simple 6-inch loop, 8-inch tails, and we're gonna cut the other tail off the same way with the dovetail. Start from the center, cut towards the wire.
Somebody asked if this was my first time using the Easy Bow Maker. It is not my first time, but I've only used it maybe once or twice, and I didn't have someone actively showing me how to do it. So Miss Joanie here is walking me through it step by step. So if any of you guys have one of these, or if you got one, I think they sell them at craft stores. Deco Exchange also sells them.
They do. They sell them at Hobby Lobby, at the different craft stores, and also at my boss's place, decoexchange.com. There's a shameless plug.
JJ says, I'm enjoying watching Tamara. This is exactly how I would be. So I guess she's taking comfort in the fact that I'm all thumbs with this. Bows are not my area of comfort, for sure.
All right, so I'm taking a second 2.5-inch ribbon. This one, if you have a flip-flop door hanger, this is really fun. If you can take all different kinds of ribbons, all colors, all patterns. And you're going to put, just like you did the last one, you're going to put that into your 2 pegs with the good side up. You're going to make that twist.
Is the tail going to be the same length as the last one?
It can be about a 1/2 inch or 1 inch shorter so that it shows up.
Okay.
And you're going to do that twist because that helps you keep a really nice loop. And then your loop here is, you want your yellow to show up. So you make it just about 1 inch smaller. Twist. Turn. And again, you're going to cut off the tail. And then finally, we're going to just put a little 1.5 inch hot pink zigzag on there. At least we are on my house.
This is just like with people trying to keep up with me painting. I'm moving much slower than you are.
There you go. But exactly, that's kind of the whole thing of it. You can make really extravagant big bows, or if your door hanger has a lot of colors on it, or you can make very simple fluffy bows for your door hangers. And the sizes, depending on the size of your door hanger, that's how big across you're going to want to be. For instance,
and you always work with wired ribbon, is that correct?
Always with wired. That's how you get these nice big loops. All right.
Because I started to use this one here and I realized it doesn't have any wire in it, so I'm not going to be able to use that one. So my only other 2 choices for 1/2 inch ribbon is the black with white polka dots or the orange. So let's take a Facebook vote really quick. These are the 2 colors I've used so far. Can y'all see those? It's kind of a colorful pattern with pink, green, and blue, and then a green and white stripe. So which one should I pair with this? Because I've got I've got this one. I've got pink stripes going the other way.
All of those. I would go with the pink stripes, the green, and then that funny one, and the black. Oh, the black and white always gives a pop to your wreath or your bow if you add the black and white.
Okay, so Miss Joanie's recommended the black and white because she said it'll contrast really good with my pops of colors. Okay, and then Stacy Lawrence voted for black and white polka dots. The orange is burlap, so I wasn't sure about how that burlap texture would mix with my canvas ribbon.
Well, it's kind of like it's like when you do your painting. When folks think, oh, I don't know if those polka dots go with those flowers or those stripes, they really all go together. The colors are what makes the connection between the bow and the patterns, just give it a lot of zing.
So a lot of people are voting for the orange. Do you think the orange looks okay, or should I stick with the black and white? Because
I would say
here's
go
the
with
first
the
one that I used.
If folks are saying orange, then throw the orange in there.
Okay, we'll do orange. I'm getting lots more votes for orange than black.
Okay.
I don't have a particular door hanger in mind that I'm putting this on, but these colors would go with any spring door hanger.
Right.
I forgot to dovetail my ribbon over here. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So how long are you making the first tail on this skinnier
So the
ribbon?
first loops, the first tail is 8 inches. The second one is about 7. And then the third one I made long because it's the 1.5. And I just wanted to see it be a little bit longer. So I'll show you what mine looks like. Mine looks like that. And this is one of, this is just like your painting. This is one of those eyeball things. You can look down at your ribbon, at your bow, and you can see the colors and the things that you want to have pop out. And so this 1.5 inch, I'm going to actually make 2 loops on each side, but we do that from the right side to the left side and then repeat the process.
Yes,
So,
Danette, I am using wired ribbon. I think I am changing to the black and white. Now that I've looked down at it, like you said, I really like the way the black and white pops on these colors.
exactly.
Okay, so make my tail just a little shorter than the last one, just like we did with the first one, right?
Right. So now
it.
we're doing it and we just go back and forth a little bit smaller with that. So we basically make 2 loops on each side, and I'll show you what that looks like. Some folks like the longer tails, some like them shorter. So depending on how much ribbon you want to use, you basically can fix that. So this is what mine looks like.
Oh, that's cute. I love that flip-flop ribbon.
Yeah, it's really cute. And it comes in both satin and canvas. This one actually is different blocks of the flip-flops.
Canvas ribbon is my favorite. I don't know. I just like how starched it is. It holds up, you know, really well.
I prefer the canvas as well. I think it holds up really well and it stays nice and firm for you to work with. Some of the satins flatten out, especially if you're layering.
So far.
Yeah. So there we go. So now I'm going to turn it this way so that you can see what I'm doing.
Okay, you've already splayed your ribbon out. I haven't done that. Mine's all still very flat. Do I need to do that?
Yeah, all you need to do, even if you wait till the very end, all you do is put 2 fingers through it and you poof it all up. And if you ship your door hangers and you put a nice pretty bow like this on there, what I do is I get those little those bubble wraps and I just roll a little bit and stick them in my loop so that when they open the box, the ribbon is just nice and fluffy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You can use tissue paper as well.
Okay, mine's more fluffed out now. Oops, I didn't do 2 loops on my black. I messed up. Because on your pink, I see that you have 2 loops. I only have 1 and 2.
That's okay. That's just as good. And that's the beauty of the bows and the easy bow is there are all different kinds of bows. And if you ever stop on like Kalee's page, Kalee has this thing called Bow Wednesday. She does on her public page. She uses the easy bow all the time. And she does all different kinds of bows on there. And she shows folks how to do like these big, large or very simple florist bows. And occasionally she'll do a hand bow on there as well. But the thing is that just like when you're painting, the color you choose, the pattern that you put on it, when you're looking down and you see it and you go, oh, I like that. That's all it needs to do. So
I have 1 loop of each color on each side. Is that, right. But you ended up on your last one, you did 2 loops of the pink.
Right, I did 2 on the 2 because on this one, I had done all 2.5 inch and I did 1 loop on each side for this one.
Okay.
So that's just a smaller bow. So that's the thing. Between your 1.5 and your 2.5 ribbon, the sky's the limit on designs and colors for your door hangers. All right, I'm going to turn it this way so you can see exactly what I'm doing. We're going to take your zip tie and right underneath everything, you're going to slip your zip tie underneath all the ribbon. You can slightly push it up Make sure that it's going along the board. And then you're going to latch it just in the first couple, get to the first click in your zip tie.
Or your
Pipe cleaner. You can get it. And then you're going to pull it off. And then you're going to take a second pipe cleaner. Now I hold it between my thumb and my forefinger and I give it a pinch and I bring the knot of the zip tie over to the back.
Okay.
And I tighten it a little bit, but I leave enough room so that I can put, let's see if I have the right color. Oh, I'm just going to put a pink one in, right crosswise in your, if you use a zip tie or if you use a Chanel tie, you're going to twist it. But you're going to want to put a second one on there because you use this one to actually attach it to your door hanger. So then I'm going to zip that all together or twist it if you have the Chanel tie.
Trying to get it as tight as I can.
Right. And that's why I like the zip tie because it doesn't bother my hands that much. So if you have folks that have issues with their dexterity in their hands, they might want to use the zip ties. And then basically fluffing the ribbon, you have a very nice full, pretty colorful bow with your 2.5 and 1.5 inch ribbon. Now see this thing right there? You can see my zip tie. And so what we do for that is we take, and I'm going to take a different ribbon. I'm going to take this yellow striped ribbon. You take about a 6 or 7 inch piece of that. And I take, most folks don't do this, but I take the wires out of them. So I just push the fabric down and I pull the wire out of it.
Huh. That's clever.
And then I fold it because now it's a little bit more flexible for me. And I'm going to put that right around the middle. So you see, I got that nice little yellow. So I'm bringing
Yes, that looks cute.
the bottom to the top. And I turn that over. And normally I would have already clipped this zip tie off. So we clip that right off to the nub. And then you just tie that together on the back. And that makes a nice little center for your bow.
Yeah, that looks nice.
And then you would just attach it to your door hanger with your Chanel ties. Now, some folks do put like a dollop of hot glue on there just to keep the knot together. I have really never found that very necessary, but do what makes you feel comfortable. but that's just a basic bow. And the more you get used to using the easy bow, it's basically a figure 8 between the pegs and making sure that you have your loops about the same size if you're using like double loops on each side. So that's our tool.
Okay, I'm going to use this blue ribbon that I had that didn't have any wire and make a center. JJ says, Miss Joanie, this is fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Again, you'll find that it's, you know, it was named appropriately. It's not too hard to make a pretty bow with your wired ribbons, either 1 or 2.5 inch. And the thing is that you can make so many variations. If you get yourself a few different patterns, a few different colors, you can make virtually monochromatic or mixed up crazy colorful or something that's themed like the ladybugs here. And the bows, and you can make bows that are up to 16 inches wide with this.
Wow.
So if you have a particularly large door hanger, you can have a really nice bow on it as well. Think of this. What if you have a Christmas tree door hanger and you put a bow up towards the top and you use a lot of little golds and reds and greens? that make it look like a star or something up on the top.
That would be cute.
Yeah.
Who were you saying does the bow Wednesdays?
The bow what?
You said someone does bow Wednesdays to
Bow
tutorials?
Wednesday, Khalid.
Khalid. K-E-L-E-A. K-E-L-E-A. Khalid.
Right. She does them every Wednesday, and she's on her public page, so she has that she does. And honestly, you just are floored with all these bows here and there. All the bows on all my wreaths are made with the Easy Bow.
Wow.
So
somebody asked, when you cut your zip tie, is it sharp? She said, I cut my hand on mine and it's like razor sharp.
I cut it down to the, I actually cut it so far down by the square knot that it's never.
So just make sure and cut all the excess off that you can. Then.
Yeah. The other thing you can do for that, if it's a problem, if you notice that it happens a lot, then get your hot glue gun and put a dollop of glue on it, and that'll make it smooth.
Okay. Somebody said, what is her page called? If you're talking about Miss Joanie's page, it's Bell Chase Wreaths.
Kalees is Kalees.
Yeah, it's just Kalees. K-E-L-E-A-S.
Right.
Yep, somebody typed it in the comments for us. Thank you.
All right, perfect.
All right, I think we've got everybody.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Joanie. Before we log off here, I wanted to remind everybody about the Spring Door Hanger Challenge that's starting next Monday. If you want to learn to paint your first door hanger and you're kind of nervous about it and you want to do it with a group of people who are going through the same process you are, you can join this challenge for just $10. And I've been inspired by this, Miss Joanie. We might have to make some kind of bow that we could attach to our door hanger. I need to go out and find some lemon ribbon.
I've got some lemon. I have some citrus. I'll have to send it
you
to
do. This black polka dot would be cute too.
The black and white polka dot with the yellow and white glittered citrus. It's actually got little lemons on it. They're so cute.
Okay, I'll have to find some of that. But if you guys want to learn to paint this, the challenge is only $10. You do get the paper template, like you can download it, print it out at home, and cut your own wood shape. The hand lettering is designed by Jessica Carpenter from Heaven's Country Door. And so that part's going to be super easy. You're just going to use graphite paper and your template to create the entire thing. And then, of course, we'll use the Easy Bow Maker to make our bows at the end of the week, just like Miss Joanie showed us how to do. So thank you so much, Miss Joanie. If y'all want to sign up for the Spring Door Hanger Challenge, you're welcome. If you're super confused, I did notice the Easy Bow Maker comes with a little instruction booklet. If you're more of a person that likes to look at the instructions and read, there's a bunch of different kinds in here you can follow right along with on your Easy Bow Maker. So I definitely need to keep this handy and make more bows. I need to practice.
They are easy.
All right. Thank you guys, and y'all have a good night. Thank you, Miss Joanie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.